Welcome everyone and Happy New Year. This is a very exciting day. As your county clerk, I'm honored to call to order the very first meeting under the Montgomery County Charter Government. County Executive Matthew Alsenfort will lead us in a salute to the flag.
Pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Legislator Kelly.
Present.
Legislator Quackenbush.
Present.
Legislator Diamond.
Present.
Legislator Whites.
Present.
Legislator Beniak.
Here.
Legislator Duchesne.
Present.
Legislator Wheeler. Here. Legislator Isabel.
Here.
Legislator Kuchis.
Here.
Resolution 1 of 2014, electing chairman of the Montgomery County Legislature for the year 2014. Do I have a sponsor? County Legislature Chair Beniak.
Yes, thank you for recognizing me, Helen. At this time, I would like to nominate Thomas Quackenbush.
Okay. This is just to elect the chairman. The next one is to name.
Okay, sure. Okay.
Okay. If you want to sponsor this resolution?
Sure.
Okay. Is there a second?
I second.
Quackenbush? Okay. The next resolution is number 2, appointing. Okay, this is the same resolution. Okay. Now you name a chair. Okay.
Thank you, Helen. At this time, I would like to nominate Thomas Quackenbush, Legislative District, from the Legislative District 2 for chairman of the county legislature for the year 2014.
Is there a second?
I'll second.
Any other nominations?
I'd like to nominate Roy Diamond. I would second that.
Who seconds it? Okay, then we will vote on the amendment, the second resolution, okay?
Legislator Kuchis. This is for Roy Diamond.
Yes.
Legislator Kelly. Legislator Quackenbush.
No.
Legislator Diamond.
Yes.
Legislator Whites.
No.
Legislator Beniak.
No.
Legislator Duchesne.
Yes.
Legislator Wheeler.
No.
Legislator Isabel.
Yes.
Fail.
Now we will vote on the original resolution. Okay, so roll call.
Legislator Beniak.
Yes.
Legislator Duchesne.
No.
Legislator Wheeler.
Yes.
Legislator Isabel.
Question
What?
This is for Mr. Quackenbush.
Yeah, on this
Legislator Kuchis.
No.
Legislator Kelly.
Yes.
Legislator Quackenbush.
Yes.
Legislator Diamond.
I want to explain my vote. I'm voting no, and the reason I'm voting no has nothing to do with Tommy. I love Tommy. The reason I'm voting no, there was a mandate by the people to have a new form of government. Also, to have new people, new faces representing that form of government. And, that's what my district wanted, and that's why I'm voting no.
Legislator Whites.
Yes, and if you would, Chair, I would like to explain my vote. I'm voting yes for Tom because I agree that there was a mandate to change the way things were done in county government. not necessarily the names on the placard. And moving forward, I think we cannot dwell on the change of the past, but the present, and I think the present being said, that Tom is the best candidate for chair.
And that vote passed.
So, did it pass?
Yes.
Okay.
We have to take the vote and resolution.
Okay, so what do I do?
Vote on the resolution as amended.
Okay, now we vote on the resolution as amended, appointing Quackenbush as the chair. Roll call.
Legislator Beniak.
Yes.
Legislator Duchessis.
No.
Legislator Wheeler.
Yes.
Legislator Isabel.
Yes.
Legislator Cuchis.
I want to explain my vote before I vote. I can support Will Diamond from the beginning, and I continue to support him. And as Ryan pointed out, the residents of this county asked for a new form of government, and by a majority of the districts, they voted for new people in the positions. So as a result of that, I support him.
I'm sorry, no.
No.
Legislator Kelly.
Yes.
Legislator Quackenbush.
Yes.
Legislator Diamond.
No.
Legislator Whites.
Yes.
Resolution passed.
I'm done.
Okay, folks, a legislator, a supervisor in the past once told me, and I had said this in 2006 when I was chairman, and probably again in 2011, that in order to get off on the right foot, it's very hard with a committee form of government and a committee structure, because you almost waste the month of January. Well, in order to get around that, I've come prepared to start on day one. The committee assignments, as long as the rules and procedures is passed later, I will give to the clerk. We can start today. We can start work in Montgomery County today.
Sign your own as chair.
Oh, as chair.
That's the first thing, right? No. Okay.
You know, I commend the legislature, because we got together after the December 17th meeting, and I believe it was, may have been Duke, may have been Legislator Cuchis, I can't remember, but they said, listen, the first thing we ought to do is get rid of the dais, because we all want to be on a level playing field. Today we're starting out a new form of government on a level playing field. So I commend that action that they had brought as an idea. We did that today. We're all here together. We're on a level playing field. We're going to start work today, and let's move forward. Let's move forward. I believe in a conversation I had with our county executive. This first vote is over, so now let's leave the politics at the door. We're through that. Let's work together the rest of the year. We need to support our new county executive and make this form of government as the people voted in November of 2012. We need to make it work. So let's get to work, and our first course of action will be to, I believe, name a clerk to the board, or to the, forgive me if I messed that up a few times, clerk to the legislature. So the second resolution is a resolution appointing the clerk of the Montgomery County Legislature. In that resolved is the name of Cheryl A. Reese. That would need a sponsor and a second. Legislator Duchessis, Legislator Wheeler seconds. Is there any discussion? Can we pass this with full board? Full board? Very good. Cheryl, congratulations. Next resolution, Resolution 3, resolution electing Deputy Chairman of the Montgomery County Legislature for the year 2014. Prior to the amendment, this will need a sponsor and a second. And it was Legislator Kuchus, second. Legislator Whites. Now this will need an amendment, and I'd recognize Martin Kelly.
I'd like to nominate Barb Wheeler. I think it's important that we have a bipartisan group moving forward, and that's why I nominate Barb.
Is there a second?
I'll second.
Legislator White seconds. Is there discussion? Any further nominations? Hearing none, I'd ask for full board. Aye.
Aye.
Congratulations.
Thank you.
Moving on, our next resolution. Resolution adopting the rules of procedure of the Montgomery County Legislature. I need a sponsor and a second. Legislator Week. Legislator Isabel. Discussion. Basically what we had talked about prior to this was that we would, in our rules of procedure, which governs how we run our meetings and other things, we would try to keep it the same, understanding that this will probably move forward to the Government and Education Committee for any amendments that may be needed. But in order to run business and continue government as it is today on January 1st, we felt the need to go ahead and do that. We also need an amendment. Right, the rule number 3, I'm suggesting that it would be, and I'll actually make the amendment, that we just put the word Tuesday. Is that right?
Well, which Tuesday?
The fourth Tuesday of each month shall be when we have our, as it is right now.
I'll second that amendment.
Second the amendment. So on the amendment, is there any further discussion? There's no more amendments, right? There's no further amendments needed. 7 p.m. Is that? So we have an amendment, we have a sponsor and a second. On the amendment, all those in favor?
Aye.
Against? Abstain? That carries. Now, on the resolution as amended, with the rules of procedure, is there any further discussion? Hearing none, all those in favor?
Aye.
Against? Abstaining? That carries unanimously. We now have rules of procedure and we can work. Okay, the next resolution is resolution number 5. It's a resolution designating depositories for the county funds in the name of county treasurer during the year 2014 and fixing minimum amounts which may be kept on deposit therein at one time. You all have the resolution before you. It would need a sponsor and a second. I'm getting tongue-tied here. I want to keep saying supervisor. Legislator Kelly, Legislator Wheeler. Is there discussion?
I have a discussion. It came up that some of the banks were changed. Is that still the case, or have we added any? I know that there were some banks that came in from last year.
Our county treasurer, I believe, is in the house. Where's Sean? I think everything remained, didn't it?
There wasn't an omission. Citizens Bank was taken off because they no longer had a government banking division, so that's why they were taken off last year.
I mean, I know that there's some, like Patriot Bank just came in. Could we?
Just to clarify, the issue with Patriot Bank is they operate as like a savings and loan.
Okay.
They're required to be banks to insure. Unfortunately,
Okay. Thank you. Thank you.
Okay, Legislator Isabel.
At this time, we are, I'm in the process of migrating out of Bank of America, but we still have some accounts with them. They're required to then step in bank. In the process of closing some accounts with them, but in the meantime, we still have the name of it.
Okay. Any other further discussion? Hearing none, all those in favor?
Aye.
Against, abstain, that carries unanimously. Resolution number 6, resolution designating newspapers to publish matters for the year 2014. Amsterdam Recorder and Courier Standard are listed. Is there a sponsor and a second? Legislator Kelly. Legislator Beniak. Discussion? Hearing none, all those in favor?
Aye.
Against, abstained, that carries unanimously. Resolution number 7 of 2014, resolution amending the 2014 operating budget, county executive staff, title change, county executive. Would need a sponsor and second. Legislator Duchessis, Legislator Wheeler. Discussion.
I'd like to have this go through committee. I think it would be foolish for us to start off on day one taking money out of the general fund. And I think that, you know, we have these committees for a reason, and I think that it should go through.
Legislator Coaches.
I would just comment, I believe the previous board supervisors already included these salaries as part of this.
Hold on just a second. Just so we do understand, under the rules of procedure, for instance, with this example, Supervisor Legislator Kuchis had the floor, so we don't debate back and forth. You address the chair. We don't go, so you still have the floor. And if there needs to be further explanation after, we can.
I guess you and Art would be in the best position to answer that question. Were these salaries included as part of the 2014 budget, which has already been passed?
Yes and no. Let me explain. There were 2 positions that were already placed into the 2014 budget. What I believe, and the executive is here, so he can speak for himself if he wants. What he's looking to do is to upgrade one of those positions, change the title of one, which has a $6,000 increase, which this resolution is saying, let's take it out of the contingency. He wants to actually upgrade the position to communication specialist. He wants to take the and make the other position executive secretary to the county executive. And I don't want to speak for Legislator Kelly, but what I think he's saying is he's looking at that to go through a committee since it is a change. Legislator Wheeler.
Were you finishing? Well, I actually did speak with the executive, and I completely support this. I do understand Legislator Kelly's point of view in the process of going through the committee structure, which Matt understands as well. This position could be a threefold win for us. Not only would it work with the executive, it would work with legislative, and it would work with economic development, which since 2010 has taken 2 big losses in their personnel. So this person would be a communication specialist in 3 major aspects that we desperately need in the county. We have North Star, which is working with the branding aspect, so we need people that are going to work with the media. And Matt would be the best person to best exemplify this. And if he can be given a moment, I think he best explained it to me, which it's a win-win-win for us, I believe. So I think I have no problem having it go through committee, and it can best be explained out to all of the legislators. So sometimes maybe in the organizational meeting, it might not be the best. And I do understand going through the proper procedures. It was given, this position was given at the Board of Supervisors, but sometimes the bureaucracy of title change, this title change does come with a $58 change, but this position is something I think that could be a great attribute for Montgomery County. So I do fully support it, but I do support it going through committee as well. So
I think I had Legislator Duchessis first.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman. I would like to see this move today because I think, first of all, we need to be supporting the county executive. I think as a new executive, there is a certain inertia and readiness and willingness to get to work. And I think this is a well-reasoned approach to the execution of the executive's duties. And I certainly want to support him in that regard. And so, for that reason, I'm calling the question. I think this should be moved.
Okay, you're calling the question. With a motion to call the question, just so everybody understands, that ends debate. That ceases debate, and that actually calls the question. So if you're not comfortable, you would vote no. If you are, you'd vote yes, but it ceases debate at this point. And I would need a second in order to, if there's no second to call the question, then it doesn't.
No second.
Legislator Diamond seconds to call the question. So that ceases debate, and I'd ask for a roll call. If it were to fail, the debate continues.
Legislator Duchessis.
Aye.
Legislator Wheeler.
Yes.
Legislator Isabel.
Yes.
Legislator Kuchis.
Yes.
Legislator Kelly.
No.
Legislator Quackenbush.
No.
Legislator Diamond.
Yes.
Legislator Whites.
No.
Legislator Beniak.
No.
Fail.
Call the question. No, I just wanted to explain that. Whenever we have a motion to call the question, it would need 2/3 in order to get through that hump, but it failed. So it's 5 to 4. Okay, so now we're back to discussion.
I want to support the executive 100%, but at the same time, we were elected to control the purse strings, and we have just elected, just approved rules and procedures, which sets up committees, and I think that it would be wise for us to send it through committee and continue to have Matt and come in and explain exactly what he's looking for, and let the committee do its job. This charter was sold to the taxpayers as a savings, and alone with just our salaries and the executive salaries, it's $190,000 compared to $155,000. It is not a savings, and I think it is foolish for us on day one to go and spend contingency funds. However, I 100% support Matt, but I just find it very foolish on day one to be spending money out of the contingency fund.
All right, throw. Legislator.
I can echo Legislator Kelly in that I fully support this position of communications specialist, that I think the county needs a PR person, and fully in support of that. However, I too agree that using nearly 3% of the contingent account on day one may not be the best message to send to the voters at this point.
If I may, and I had a conversation with our county executive prior, and I think, and Matt, I want to give you the opportunity in a second, but I think we had an understanding that you didn't have a problem with it going to committee.
Well, I certainly would rather, I'm looking to start to hit the ground running and bring this county forward. I need the resources to do that. Every county executive in this state has a communication person, and I think this would be an asset not only to the executive's office, to the legislature, and to all of our county departments. So I do think that by waiting, it does set us back. How do we be able to get this person into the daily grind until probably February, which, voters, from what I've been hearing, they want us to hit the ground running, and that's not what we're going to do. I do not find spending $39,000 on a communication specialist foolish. I completely disagree with that. I think that it is, if we put another administrative person in the office, that would be foolish. I think this is, we're moving forward, and we're running a professional office. We're bringing in talented people in my office where we're going to serve the people well, provide a return on that investment. We spent well over $1 million on fund balance in the last year and all this stuff. We're talking about $6,000 here at a $100+ million budget, which will give us the resources we need to tell people what we're doing and communicate to the public about what's going on. But I understand, with that said, that's my opinion, but I understand and respect the fact that you want to go through the committee structure, and we'll work with you on that.
Very good. I reminded everybody a little earlier that we met on the 17th. I think everyone except said to ourselves as legislators-elect, what are the resolutions we want to have the first day? And we discussed even appointments that we want to support from Matt today. And this resolution wasn't one of those. So I don't think that the people in this room around don't support it as much as there's a process in which resolutions come forward. It's through the chairman of the board or the chair of a committee. And this resolution didn't go through a chair or a committee because we weren't here yet. I think that's really the issue.
And I totally understand. I respect that. As you can tell, I'm here and I'm passionate about getting started right away. That's what the energy and what you're seeing here today for me is I'm ready to go. And I want to get people in place and I want to start doing good work that people sent here to do. But, at the same time, I respect the power and the structure of this committee. And if this is the way you want to go, that's fine. And I'll work with people.
Okay, so with that being said, we had a sponsor in a second, and they were, okay, with all that being heard, we could still vote, or if you were to pull your sponsorship, we could then take it into committee without flack, and just make sure it's on there, which is going to be in a week. And if need be, and if it's that important, my pledge as the chair is I will call a special meeting, so we don't have to wait till February. Just run it through committee, and I would call for a special meeting to pass that one resolution if that's what we need to do. Okay? It's already there. She's pulling her sponsorship. Now, if somebody wants to pull the sponsorship, which you did, somebody could pick it up. You would like to pick it up? Certainly.
I just, our county executive was overwhelmingly supported here. I feel it's our job to support him. And to delay him taking office, to me, just doesn't sit well. Especially after I heard everyone say I support it. I just don't support it today. So we're trying to get a new form of government going here. We're trying to move things along and to throw stick into the spokes of progress doesn't seem to make any sense to me. It ain't no common sense at all. I understand the fiscal responsibility Mark Kelly spoke to, but from what I heard, and tell me if I'm wrong, everyone's in favor of the position. They just want to go back to committee quietly. So that's my thoughts on the chair.
Yes, Mr. Chairman, just a few more words on this. First of all, I think that characterizing this as foolish is wrong. And further, everyone says that they want to support the executive, but those, I think those words ring hollow when you start upholding to the contrary.
Okay, is there any other discussion? The resolution sponsors want to stay? They don't want to pull? I think that the personal opinion, the overwhelming people supported also the county legislature. And with that come the rules of procedure. Again, I'm saying that, and pledging that, although I will vote no on this resolution, I will call a meeting if it fails as soon as possible. And you could, committee chair could actually call a committee meeting a little early if they wanted to. Anyway.
Just one more thing, because I think it shows I'm sitting here, this thing will pass with this county committee. It's destined to be put in place. Everyone was indicating, I think as much here, but appeared to be the sticking point is that it needs to go through committee. I think on its face, it's worth supporting.
Okay, roll call. Is there any further discussion? Roll call.
Legislator Duchessis.
Aye.
Legislator Wheeler. Yes. Legislator Isabel. Legislator Buchis.
Yes.
Legislator Kelly. Legislator Quackenbush.
No.
Legislator Diamond.
Yes.
Legislator Whites.
While using the contingent
passes. We'll move on to resolution number 8. Bear with me just for a minute while I pull this list. The next several resolutions, 8 through 13, just so we all understand, the county executive has appointments that he has submitted to the clerk, and that's what the charter said he needed to do. In an effort to streamline and move along, there are certain appointments that we want to go ahead and put up today because we think they're, as legislators, important to keep the business in Montgomery County running. So with that, each resolution, while blank right now, will need a sponsor and a second to begin with, and then we'll need an amendment. And if you don't mind, what I would do is read the amendments as they would be placed in, along with the salaries and the position, because there's 3 blanks that need to be in each one. If everybody's good with that, so we can kind of. All right. So the first one is appointing the county attorney. County attorney. That is resolution number 8. Legislator Kuchis, Legislator Wheeler, sponsor. Now on the amendment, a sponsor that would say the Montgomery County Legislature hereby confirms the appointment of Douglas Landon, is the amendment, to be the position of the county attorney at a base salary of $64,266 as made by the county executive. That would be the amendment. Is there a sponsor to that amendment? I saw Mark and then Roy are the sponsors in a second. On the amendment, okay? I hope I have my numbers right. The name is correct. The position is correct. Is there any discussion on the amendment? Hearing no discussion on the amendment. All those in favor of the amendment? Aye. Now on the resolution. Full board? Doug? Congratulations. Okay, next. The next resolution is a resolution appointing Director of Youth Bureau, ATI and Veteran Services. Again, we'll go through the same procedure. It needs a sponsor and a second to resolution. Legislator Diamond, Legislator Whites. Now on the amendment. The amendment would look something like the Montgomery County Legislature hereby confirms the appointment of Brenda Rava as selected from County Executive to the position of, as I just said, Director of Youth Bureau, ATI and Veteran Services at a base salary of $39,393. That is what the amendment would be. Legislator Kelly, you would offer up that as amendment. I'll look for a second. Legislator Wheeler. On the amendment, do I have my numbers, names, positions correct? Okay. All those in favor of the amendment? Aye. Against, abstain. That carries unanimously on the amendment. Now, on the resolution as amended. Full board? Okay. Brenda, you're out there. Congratulations. Okay, next resolution is resolution number 10 of 2014. Resolution appointing Economic Opportunity and Development Director. This again, following procedure, we need a sponsor in a second. Roy, Legislator Diamond, Legislator Whites. So we have a sponsor in a second. The amendment would go something like the Montgomery County Legislature hereby confirms the appointment of Kenneth Rose, is the name offered, to the position of Economic Development Director at a base salary of $68,130. Is there someone who'd like to take that as the amendment? And Legislator Kuchis, Legislator Wheeler. With that in mind, the amendment. All those in favor? Aye. Against? Abstain? That carries unanimously. On the resolution as amended. Full board? Full board. Ken Rose, you here? Congratulations, Ken. Not on the flu, but on your appointment. Okay. Resolution appointing Director of Fire Services. Again, we need a sponsor in a second. Legislator. resolution. Second to the resolution, Legislator Isabel. Now, on the resolution, the amendment would go something like to resolve the Montgomery County Legislature hereby confirms the appointment of, as presented from the County Executive, Dale Furman, position of Director of Fire Services at a salary of $5,000. Is there somebody that would like to make that amendment? Legislator Kelly, Legislator Whites. On the amendment, all those in favor?
Aye.
Against, abstained, that carries. On the resolution as amended, full board? Full board. Congratulations, Mr. Furman. Okay, resolution number 12 would be the resolution appointing Director of Emergency Management. Would need, again, a sponsor and a second. Roy and Mark. Legislators, I gotta get used to this. Legislator Diamond and Kelly. Okay, now on the amendment, it would go something like this. The Montgomery County Legislature hereby confirms the appointment of Jeffrey T. Smith as indicated by the appointment of County Executive to the position of Emergency Management Coordinator at a base salary of $25,000. I would like to sponsor that. Second. So on the amendment, any further discussion?
I'd just like to say on behalf of the county, we're very fortunate to have a gentleman like Jeff Smith take this position. His credentials are
And just to echo, not only are we fortunate to have Jeff come on as our emergency manager, but with the years of service, as you all know, Jeff is retiring. His last day will be Friday. We won't have a chance as a public body prior to that to thank him for all his time and service, so until after that. So I would like to do that personally on behalf of the legislature, Jeff. Thank you. With that being said, I think I'm at the amendment, right? With the amendment, all those in favor of the amendment?
Aye.
Okay, on the resolution as amended, full board? Full board. Great. Jeff, congratulations. Okay, I think I have one more. This would be resolution appointing the Stop DWI Coordinator. Would need a sponsor and a second. Legislator Isabel, Legislator Wheeler are the sponsors and second the resolution. Resolution again needs to be amended. The amendment would look something like Montgomery County Legislature hereby confirms the appointment of, again, Jeffrey T. Smith, who is the current DWI coordinator, and the appointment of the executive to the position of DWI coordinator at a base salary of $5,000 as made by the county executive. That's what the amendment would look like. It needs a sponsor, Mr. Kelly, Mr. Diamond. On the amendment, all those in favor?
Aye.
Against, abstained, that carries unanimously. As amended, on the resolution, full board? Okay, Jeff, congratulations again. I have no further resolutions to come before us on our first organizational meeting of the Montgomery County Legislature. We are going to get off and running. As we said, we're off to a good start. Again, committee assignments, Cheryl has them, pick them up on the way out. The second Tuesday, I believe, would be the first one if the chair decides that committee, whoever, that's what they would do. So again, I thank you all. I wish everyone a happy new year. Anything that I'm forgetting? Any other business to come before us? Hearing none, I look for a motion to adjourn. Legislator Wheeler, Legislator Kelly. All those in favor? Aye. Against, abstain?